Yo, what's fucking up? I am the bird of all time. And, yeah. It's been the week of all time. Not for the usual reasons, though. Depending on what we get into and how involved it all is, I might be discussing what's been going on, mostly because y'all might find it interesting, actually. I know I do. Yeah, I don't know. What's up, Dr. Hero? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. I don't know why I'm like saying I'm gonna do it as if it's gonna be like I'm gonna start yapping now. That's what streams are about. So fucking work was okay this week, actually. Could have been better, could have been worse. The thing that is making me anxious is actually hold on, I move things around ever so slightly in OBS. There we go. So, I bought a dress yesterday. And the reason is next weekend I have a event with IRLs going on. And it is going to be my first time with my IRL group of friends presenting femme. I suppose you could say preventing me from looking like a man. We gotta hack this shit. Oh no, we have to hack the other things. But yeah, so on one hand I'm really excited because I think it's gonna be fun and I think I'm gonna look pog. I'm also actually super happy with the dress I ended up picking out. But on the other, I have no clue, like, what kind of bullshit I might end up facing. Like, I know the people whose event it is are fine with it because they were the ones who gave me the okay, because they had to, because it's their event. And also, they helped me pick out the dress, so I know they'll be fine, but everyone else, I'm like, oh god. Oh fuck, I don't know. But yeah, so I've been like dooming about that all week, like on and off. Like I'll occasionally, like most of the time I'm feeling pretty okay, but then like every once in a while it comes back full force and I'm like, oh shit, I'm really gonna do that and I'm really anxious about it. I never noticed the texture on this. I don't know if that's my game bugging out. But if it's not, that's actually pretty cool because it looks like a 3D printer error. Like it got the paint slightly wrong, which is kind of cool. Anyway, so yeah, I've been a ball of anxiety over it all week. Mostly calmed down from it though. And I also, for those who follow me on Twitter, y'all already know, this stream was supposed to start earlier. But one, I wanted to give myself a little bit more of a break because yesterday ended up being pretty busy for what we just talked about. But Expedition 33, it's pretty fucking good. And I started playing it and I'm like, I want to continue to play it because I like it. And so I did, and I forgot to eat, and then I had to eat. I do have thoughts. The idea of like a game that looks like a traditionally produced game by a Western studio is already super sick. It's like a weird clash of aesthetics that I don't know that we've ever seen before. Outside of like... Honestly, the closest comparison I can make to a Western Studios game, or at least one published by a Western studio, would be Lost Odyssey. That's similar vibes. Also, hi Devil and Popola.
The two of us will take things from here.
So they're gonna protect us while we hack. But that pose, that was the same pose they did in the original NieR game. And it's meant to like trick players of the OG into being like, oh god, Devil and Popola are the bad guys again. But they're actually good this time, Pog. But yeah, we gotta hack this shit. Also, we get the vocal version of this game's Song of the Ancients here, which is pretty sick.
We've got this, 9S. You just focus on hacking.
But no, fucking... Like, the clash of expected aesthetics is already pretty sick, and I like it a lot. And it actually, to some degree, plays really well into some of the themes the game is setting up, although I won't get too into that. The opening was really well done, again, for reasons I won't get into, because I think it hits a lot better if y'all go into it without knowing what's gonna happen. Oh god, I am in a situation with this ball. But I think my favorite thing is... Because I've talked about before, how I feel about openings in RPGs. Ah shit, the balls are multiplying. I don't like when RPGs have a really long, hand-holding and like an intro where you have to like sit through. I get that like you do have to do a story setup because that's important, and I get that you have to introduce players to mechanics that are unique to the game. But if you can make it as concise as possible and as short as possible and still get everything across... I like how there's a really important moment and I'm just yapping about a completely different video game. Welcome to Ezra Andromeda, Cha. But no, because it does a really good job of introducing you to everything you need to know. It doesn't overdo it. And then, like, almost right after it, like, not only do you get to experiment more... Oh, he's gonna regret this. You also get, like, a pretty good amount of freedom. Like, after the first area, you get access to, like, 2 or 3... there's a lot of, like, optional bosses that are kind of hard. That you can go and fight at any time. It's pretty neat how quick it opens up, and then, you know, I'm still early game, so it's probably going to open up more. So that's been my favorite part of it, is just, it doesn't drag. Do you wish to open this data now? Yeah, let's open it up. Oh yeah, it's this. I should probably narrate this and talk about it before I continue. Dusty wind kisses my cheeks. Buried in sand, we press forward one step at a time. We have nowhere else to go, after all. Because our models, the Devil and Popola models, are defective. Record, transitions in the project's initial phase. When first we woke, there were still people. They had flesh, egos, emotions, souls, and they issued us a single order. Function as observers of Project Gestalt. This is the sole mission of the twin Devil and Popola models. It is the only reason we exist at all. We were the latest model, though many companions shared our appearance. There was a sparkle in all of our eyes, a sense of pride at having been entrusted with humanity's future. And yes, there was anxiety as well. Yeah, just like me, for real. But we existed as a pair. We shared destiny's burden as a pair, and because of that, all hesitation was swept away. Each pair was given their own cities as observation areas. We were ordered to guide the replicants with our own hands, all for the sake of the promised time that would one day arrive. We were the only ones who could handle such a duty. We were observers, after all. Ah! Watch out! Devila staggers and falls in the soft, yet unforgiving sand. I hurry to her side and sigh with relief when I find out she's not seriously hurt. Are you alright? Sorry, sis. Guess I spaced out there for a bit. She smiles, the same wry smile I know so well, as she rubs absently at her leg. It is wrapped in a white bandage. Your bandage is coming undone. Here, let me change it. It's alright, Popola. Come on, we have to go before we lose the light. We won't be going anywhere if sand gets into that thing. Now quit whining and hold still. I'll be quick. Devil grunts and turns away. I take it as consent. Soon we are resting in the shade of a nearby rock as I pull the bandage free. Artificial skin, torn and bloodied, peeks out from beneath the bandage. Judging by Devila's current lack of ambulatory control, I imagine the circuitry underneath has been damaged as well. Taking a deep breath, check the circuitry to see if it can be repaired. I don't remember having a choice during this. As expected, wiring in the nerve circuitry has been damaged. Replacing it will require new connectors as well as some tools, none of which is easy to find in a desert. Unless you find, like, orange cylinders, or you have a scanner and run around for 3 fucking hours. Sorry about this, sis, mutters Devila. That wry smile again. It kills me every time. Don't you dare apologize, I respond. You've done nothing wrong. I calmly change the bandage, trying not to let my worry show. I make it as tight as possible so no sand can slip inside. It's all I can do until I get the proper materials. But that's going to be a tall order considering our current condition. I'm sorry, sister. Okay, now you're apologizing. We both apologize while insisting the other's apology isn't necessary. It's kind of funny in a way. Such a trivial exchange under such circumstances. Under such circumstances? I didn't see the question mark. We laugh together, the sound echoing out across the desert before being stolen by the cool evening wind. What's up, Zuni? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Report regarding the increasing in relapses. There has to be some way to prevent relapses. Devila's sharp voice echoes through our private quarters. You must be quiet, sister. The replicants will hear. Yep, that's what she said. They wouldn't understand even if they did. That might be true, but regardless. Annoyed at my hesitation, Devila crosses her legs and scowls. The black scroll took another victim, she says. Yep, she said that again. That's 3 this month. It's spreading way too fast. Let's wait and see what happens. I'm tired of hearing you say that. Her shout makes me jump. Just a little, but enough for her to notice. Seeing that, her eyes suddenly open wide. I'm sorry, sis. It's not your fault. I shouldn't have lashed out like that. It's okay. I understand. It's all going wrong. You can feel it too, right? When I was first assigned to Project Gestalt, I was over the moon with pride. But now my chest hurts just to think about it. If it were to fail... Before we knew it, the replicants had gained a sense of self and the black scrawl started raging out of control. It moved fast. So fast. Like a wind. Popel and I would go to the observation room and act like it was all okay. We talked to the replicants as if we didn't have a care in the world, but at night, we just told each other and share the horror of it all. I'm glad you were with me, murmurs Popela. I couldn't have handled being an observer all alone. We were able to endure because we had each other, I reply softly. Did the humans see this coming? Is that why they made a twin model? Were they really so clever? Were they really so cruel? I couldn't have done this by myself. I would have descended into madness. I simply couldn't bear such a burden all alone. When I get the chance, I'm going to try contacting another city, she says. Maybe these abnormalities are a localized phenomenon. I pray that's the case, I reply. Even if we're of no use ourselves, things will still work out if the other observers can pull through. Don't worry, it's going to be okay. But it wasn't okay. Nothing was okay. Made me think of, like, the true crime documentary stereotype where it's like fucking a photo of a family and it's like they were such a good, loving, happy family, and then like it applies a negative filter and it's like until they weren't. All thanks to a pair of Devil and Popela models from another town. Hey, that's the first game. The wind rubs my cheeks, the sand grazes my skin. It's grown cold out here. We walk with renewed purpose, hoping to make up for lost time. Devila loses her balance every now and then. It gets bad after a while. I slip myself under her arm so she won't fall again, and we press on. Is your leg alright? Well, I doubt I'll be dancing anytime soon, but yeah, it's fine. She will not be hitting the yoinky sploinky. She smiles as she says this, but I can tell she doesn't have much left, and yet she continues to smile. Also, I won't worry. I remember when our resistance allies injured her leg. I was furious beyond fury. I wanted to scream and cry and lose myself in it. But then she smiled and all of that rage just drifted away. To think we have the same face, yet such different smiles. One day I realized how she reminded me of the martyrs I'd seen in old records. That was the day we decided to leave our town forever. Our role as observers ended on the day Project Gestalt collapsed, all due to the actions of Devila and Popola models from another town. See, this is the part that fucks me up, because it's very clear that Devila and Popola did everything in their power to stop NieR. They didn't fucking... Like, sure, they kind of fucked up by not taking shit into their own hands earlier, but, like... Was it really their fault? Fucking not really, honestly. So I don't get why they inflicted the punishment they did on all the other dev pop models. It kind of gets on my nerves, which is the point. With the original Gestalt lost, humanity was doomed to an inevitable extinction. Knowing this, we gathered what remaining replicant data we could find and launched it to the surface of the moon. And though success was as unlikely as finding a lost sand grain in the desert, yo, welcome to the Piss Crew! We still had to attempt it. We still had to try. We were androids, you see. Protecting humanity was our instinct. Other androids, beholden to that same instinct, began to direct their hate at the Devila and Popola models who'd stuffed out humanity. It started small, a few offhand remarks, the occasional glance. But even the smallest things have weight, and with enough of them combined, that weight eventually becomes a slightly larger rock. Emotions boiled over. Remarks became jeers, and soon enough, my sister and I were the perfect target for persecution. At first, we simply accepted the fact that our friends turned on us. It was almost unavoidable, I suppose. We were observers for Project Gestalt, after all. And while we didn't cause it to fall, the people who did, well, they looked just like us. So we accepted it. We took the resentment and scorn we endured. Because as crazy as it sounds, I think we actually felt responsible. We moved from town to town in an effort to avoid persecution, but in one such town my seemingly infinite patience finally broke. My sister Devila met with unprovoked violence at the hands of a resistance member. She said something in response to his taunts. Something quiet. And though her words were ambiguous, he slashed her leg nearly in two. My vision narrowed, everything went red. I woke up in Geneva. Ah shit, I did it again. It's okay, sis, there's nothing we can do. But it was too late, my emotions were no longer in my control. I'm simply not strong enough to stand aside and let the most important person in the world come to harm. Devil and I left town that day. Violence like that wouldn't stop, it was going to happen again. And it wouldn't be coming from just one person. So rather than let them kill us, we ran. I guess it was the greatest resistance I could muster. You ever just die? You ever just eat food and then immediately get punished for it? Jesus Christ. We lose the sun as dark clouds gather overhead. We continue our march. A cold wind blasts us, stealing what little body heat we have left. I smell rain in the air. We continue our march. Sometimes we hear animals growling in the distance. It makes us flinch every time, but we continue our march because even this is better than suffering at the hands of our fellow androids. Why must we suffer this persecution? I know we're the same model as the androids who doomed humanity, so I understand that part. At least a little, anyway. But at the same time, we're not them. We're not the same. We are who we are, and that Devila and Popola were who they were. That's how I felt when I saw Devila being hurt. I wanted to shout it at everyone. I wanted to scream. As far as I'm concerned, there's only one Devila. And for her, there's only me. No one can take the other's place. Rain falls from the sky. It stimulates our sensation nerves like cold needles. We need maintenance badly, but that's a pipe dream, I suppose. No android would dare help a pair of outcasts like us. Are you cold, Devila? I'm alright as long as you're with me, sis. I feel the same. We press our bodies together to try and retain heat. Watch Mojo ass narration. All right, come on, dog. What's up, Esther? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. You're right, and I hate it. I'm very tired. I've been tired for like a full week. I do not have emotion in my I cannot do a range of voices on this current day, but this part's an important part of the game, so gotta do what we gotta do. It's cold now, much worse than the searing heat of midday, but we just smile at each other and keep pressing on. There's another camp on the other side of the desert, a new camp. We can just get there. I can finally fix Devla's leg. And yet, I wonder if there's anywhere on this planet that will take us. Hey, what's wrong? It's nothing, don't worry about it. I do what I can to suppress the anxiety in my chest and keep walking. The rain goes worse. It lashes at us without pause. Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. Is this our punishment? I reach out and touch Devla's cheek. The rain flows down her cheeks like tears. I reach over and gently wipe it away. She smiles but seems surprised. There's no point in doing that, you know, she whispers. But there is, because I swore to myself that I would stay with her forever. For that is the fate we twin androids have been assigned. And then we were assigned a government-provided femboy. The failure to manage the area resulted in the collapse of the Gestalt system, which led to the decimation of the human race. Due to the discovery of its instability, the twin system was removed from future android production designs. Following the incident, the Devil and Popola models were not dismantled. However, in order to prevent further unexpected behavior, they underwent a memory wipe. Furthermore, they were reprogrammed to generate constant feelings of guilt.
That is all that remains from their personal
there we go.
during the era in which they were referred to as administrators.
I see.
Query: why do the androids Devila and Popola seem to prefer death over surviving alone? There was a very high probability that at least one could have escaped.
I hope you never have to understand.
Affirmative. Query: why does this tower possess
Comic levels of vile? Yeah.
All material transport takes place via aerial vehicles. It is irrational for
Big facts.
to be so easily accessible.
What they did to Devil and Popola are fucked up. Cause like, again, it was only the one set of Devil and Popola. All the other ones were like mostly fine. Anyway, the inside of this situation is not only way larger than the outside, fucking... It also has the same aesthetic as the copied city, because it was made by machines. But yeah, we got like this fucking situation here. Anyway, while we move around and kill things, I can talk more about Expedition 33. Yeah, it's a fucking banger. I do kind of wish I had streamed it. I know I have like my rule of, well, not really a rule necessarily, but I try to avoid like long RPGs that are gonna take like at least 10 streams. Unless it's like something that I have a close connection with, like this. Do I even need to kill these things? I don't remember, but I'm gonna do it. Are you okay over there? Are you good? Do you need some help? There you go. Now you can get out of that corner.
I'm gonna kill you.
But yeah, as a point, unless it's like this, like a game like this, I try to stay away from longer series, because I know they can be like somewhat hard to keep up with for people who aren't always able to catch every stream, so like it's not ideal for that. And yeah, I understand. It's not like a bad thing that people can't make it to every stream. It just makes longer series like this harder. So that's why I didn't. But as I was playing it, I was like constantly riffing off of, ah shit, it's the 2B circle. Anyway, no, I'll let this one play out. We get to start seeing 9S unravel. I said the funny song name, play the music.
I'm glad I got to see you here. I truly am. I'll tear you apart. Every last one of you!
Ah, shit, he's got Keim smile. That's another one I wouldn't have known about, but like that is eerily similar to the Keim smile, actually. But nah, fucking, like, I was constantly having like pretty sick observations about like not only why I liked the game and the story, but I was also like being pretty funny. It's gonna be like a weird behind the scenes look at the way I am offline. Can y'all stop swinging at me? I just want to do damage glitch, god damn it. Gosh darn it. I just want a picture of god dang hot dog. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm trying to yap here, but I also gotta pay attention to the game. But no, when I'm playing games offline, I still talk as if I'm streaming because it like gets me practice, and also just because I'm a freak. Like I don't want to be doing fancy holographic cartwheels. I just want to be throwing my sword, dog. I wish I could turn off the fucking perfect dodge mechanic. But yeah, no. So I was doing that and I'm like, you know, this, at least like the first stream of it, or I guess actually the first two, because I played it for like a pretty long amount of time, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of just zoned out and lost at least 6 hours of my life. But I am kind of glad I'm playing it offline though, because I haven't really played like a long RPG like that on my own in a long time, so it's been kind of nice just from that perspective. My body is self-destructing.
Alert. Enemies detected.
Still a few stragglers, huh?
Where? What? Oh. Oh, she died. But all of that to say that, you know, even though I'm not, there is going to be one coming up because, today, finally, that long-winded, like, fucking...
Alert.
Ah, shit, we're A2 now.
Let's check it out.
What the hell was I? So no, because I was thinking about it, I'm like, you know, I haven't done this in a while, I do kind of miss it. But as fate would have it, on the same day that I'm having thoughts like that, where I would love to do another long RPG stream. For anyone who doesn't know, you'll love to hear it, but I reckon y'all all do know at this point, because, god damn it, Moose. Oh, this is where we're supposed to go anyway. I'm just silly. But for anyone who may not have seen, the Persona 4 remake got announced, finally. Like, confirmed, instead of just regular confirmed, today. So that one's definitely getting streamed. Because I do have a pretty, I wouldn't say super deep, but like, I do have a personal connection with that game because of the time in my life where I first played it.
I see.
So that is definitely being streamed.
A2, right? We went ahead and opened the
So
tower.
look forward to that.
NS is already inside.
I think they have more to say, actually, still. Never mind. I lied.
I see.
Alright, let's get it. Ah, shit.
Did we manage to help? You did. We 9.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe they had more after that. I thought they had like another thing. Alright, anyway, tower time. But no, so I'm super excited for that because Persona 3 Reload was a fucking banger. So, you know, if they revamp it the same way that they did Persona 3, like, it's already going to be peak. What I'm most interested in, though, is what they're going to do with the dungeons. Because here's my thing. Tartarus was, like, written into the story as being randomly generated. Persona 4 was not. That was just a side effect of it being on the same engine. So I'm wondering if they're gonna make them, like, specifically designed and structured, or if they're gonna keep the randomization. That piece I'm excited to see. I think either way would be fine, if they do it the way they did P3. But, like... yeah, they were randomly generated in the game, aside from certain floors, but it wasn't like a plot reason for that, where Tartarus was, because it was like an anomalous SCP type beat. Persona 4, it was just, oh, haha, by the way, they get randomized. So I'm curious to see if they'll give them, like, the palace treatment and actually have specifically designed dungeons or not. My prediction is they're still going to be mostly random, but it would be cool to see them with, like, more intentional design. But yeah, either way, psyched to replay it and psyched to, oh yeah, by the way, this is the library from NieR. It's here for some reason. Now what the hell was I talking about? I thought I had more to say. But I guess I don't. Or do I? I don't know. No, I'm just excited for it. So, you know, I'm not streaming,
What's that?
Naoto and Kanji. Yeah, that's the one. I'm hoping that they write that to, make less people argue online about it.
We have to hack in to look at the data, yeah? Help me out, Pod.
Affirmative. Hacking interface access rights granted to Yorha Unit
Oh
A2.
shit, A2 can hack now. So I'll certainly, like, talk about it a lot more when we're actually, like, playing the remake. I don't actually have a strong opinion on it. And I was actually surprised when because I had forgotten about it until today, that people do have strong opinions on it. And, you know, far be it from me to tell people what to and to not believe. Yeah, so here are, like, the storage, the things stored in here. Looks like a table of contents. I think for what they were trying to do, there were some shortcomings. And, you know, Kanji was kind of a huge asshole for a lot of the game. That much is very true. For, like, no real reason other than fucking... They made him homophobic. They made my man's homophobic, basically. And they shouldn't have done that, so I'm hoping they don't do that. I mean, surely they won't. They've learned a lot. Yosuke too? Yeah, also Yosuke. Because there was originally supposed to be a route where you could date him, I believe. I don't know the full details on that. But specifically on the Naoto side of things, the game says what it needs to communicate what it's trying to communicate. I don't think there needs to necessarily be an answer on their gender identity, because it's not really, like, it wouldn't change anything about the substance of the story that they do with the character. If you want to believe either that they are trans in the game, or that they would later go on to be trans, which is personally what I think. That's how I like to see it, is that eventually Naoto, as an adult, would realize, hey, maybe I'm just trans. But, I don't see the reason to get into arguments over it. I mean, it's like you're arguing about headcanon.
These records are from the human server on the moon. The machines hacked that deep into the system, huh?
How you can make them use girlier clothes. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's also because when I played it, I wasn't as tuned into that sort of thing as I am now. So I would kind of be curious how I would read it if I were to go back and play Golden in current year. But all the same, I mean, at that point, I might as well just wait for fucking the remake. Wait, did it say 2027? I didn't watch the actual thing. I just had someone tell me that it got announced. That is a lot longer than I thought. I thought it was going to be like next year. They didn't even show a release date. Oh, brother. Okay, we're in for a long one. Never mind. Maybe I will just play Golden. Jesus Christ. So anyway, dash that point that I was making about playing the remake soon. But no, we'll see what they do with it. Because I feel like it's not out of the question that we'll get, like, what the actual canon answers to a lot of that more uncertain stuff about Naoto will be. And also, I have to imagine they'll write kanji way better. And just generally probably fix some of the things that are very much of their time TM. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will play Golden, though. We'll see. So this is Yona's patient health record. So, as a reminder, Yona was the first person to become a Gestalt after the creation of the Shadow Lord, who happened to be her dad and or brother, depending on which version you're playing. And this is them talking about, like, immediately after that when she started relapsing. So we're seeing chronic renal failure, convulsive seizures, no vomiting, 4 milligrams of luciferase, which is the substance that they extracted from the Shadow Lord, which is why they needed a Gestalt that couldn't relapse. They made medicine, essentially, and treated all the Gestalts so that wouldn't happen. The patient's condition makes further treatment impossible. A report will be submitted to the management committee detailing course of action in the event of the patient's death, focusing primarily on how that information is to be manipulated with respect to the original. As backup in the event of a sudden worsening in the patient's condition, she is to be assigned 5 additional doctors. Yeah, because obviously if Yona died, they lose basically all control over the Shadow Lord, because he's gonna be fucking
There's too many of them.
pissed and probably not continue to cooperate.
Huh? What's that? Operational summary of model number 2 in
Forced to show it because of the current Twitter stuff. Oh, also true. Although, I've been wondering about that, because people have opinions on the fact that, shit, it's a big robot. People have opinions on the fact that multiple of the VAs from the original weren't asked to come back. But correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't Persona 3 Reload also mostly new voice actors? Like, shouldn't we have expected that? I feel like that's correct. Like, you know, I'm not saying it's good that people who are deserving of the role on account of having done it before aren't getting the work, because I think they should be able to make money. You know, fucking obviously. Oh yeah, also this is the part where he replaces his arm with 2B's arm. because that's a reasonable thing to do. But no, I'm not saying it's a good thing necessarily. I think,
Fighting.
you know, people deserve work. But I don't know. I mean, it's like,
Virus detected in locomotion.
I don't know. I just
High probability that
they've already
infection
done it. I don't know
sources
why we're
transport
shocked about it this time around.
Proposal.
This is also how we get infected. Yeah, because those 2B models were made, they were made by the machines, obviously, because they came from the tower. So, like, I'm not sure what made 9S think it would be a good idea to do this. It seems like a pretty dog shit idea, actually. He didn't think? I mean, yeah. He definitely did not think. He is,
Virus eliminated.
his mental's not doing too hot.
Functionality restored.
In fact, I might even say his mental is bad at the moment. It will not improve. Fucking knew there'd be something back here. You can't hide from me. Fucking perish. There we go. Project Gestalt Report 11. Hey, yo. Wait, that's considered machine records? Okay. Neat. Due to the relapse of the original, Gestalt units in preservation are now relapsing at an accelerated rate. The process of recording their bodies and gathering the DNA continues, but progress is poor. New countermeasures and development intended to serve as a replacement to Project Gestalt are scheduled to be transferred to the Next Generation Preservation Project Preparation Committee, the NGPPPC, the Next Generation Please Piss Partner Committee. Was that anything? Was that funny? As for this report, it will serve as the final record of both Project Gestalt and the committee. For information about the development plans for new Android models and the refinement of existing models, please refer to the attached sheet. Furthermore, we have received approval to consider the disposal of the Devla and Popola Observer models at a later date. So it's interesting they say the relapse of the original. Because, he was fucking murdered. He fucking died. He didn't relapse. It is interesting, though, because I wonder if the other androids running the project maybe didn't know what happened. Which, like, I guess is possible, because it would be kind of hard to know what happened with the state that the temple was left in. Ah, shit, it's the hologram twins.
Welcome to the tower. Welcome.
Hevola and Hopola. Because, like, hologram, Devila, Popola.
Because you made it this far.
I think that makes sense.
Announcement just for you.
We'll reveal it once you destroy all the machine life forms here.
Notice the switching between like the deep evil voice and the fucking like childlike voice. Very mana-coded. I do find myself wishing they did more with the tower premise, though. I will say that. Because, like, imagine how sick it would have been if they had, like they had the library, because obviously the library had to be here. But how sick would it have been if it had, like, the floating fortress as an area that you went through here from Drakengard 1? That'd be fucking cool. But they didn't do any of that. But yeah, we just kill some robots. As you do. I did do it. I did do it.
Now let us show you what we promised.
Ah shit, here we go again. Top secret, Yorha disposal.
This is Project Yorha.
I'm about to start staring at motherfuckers.
That means all
This
of
man
us
has never heard of personal space.
to be.
Now you know everything. Do you still wish to fight?
I wish for y'all to move your mouths when you're talking, you creepy motherfuckers.
We are conceptual human.
Alright, before they yap at us more, let's actually read that, because that's pretty important, and I'm kind of amazed that they don't pop it up immediately. Following materials document the final stages of the Yorha project. Must not be disclosed to anyone involved in the Yorha project, including the commander. The back door of the bunker has been set to open once the time approaches, to switch to new models when enough combat data has been collected. The bunker will be disposed of by having it be deliberately attacked by machines. At this time, all materials regarding the Yorha project, including this document, will be lost, and the falsification of information that mankind still resides on the moon will be complete. So the whole thing was just a massive psyop, and then they were going to kill everyone, is basically the summary.
Created within a machine network. We
Which, kind of fucked up.
Yorha Unit 9S.
Keep them coming. I'll destroy them all. All of them. And this tower!
So now we're fighting some flight units. They have the big health bar. But luckily we have a fuck ton of lifesteal, so we can just kind of do damage glitch and then not die. We're kind of busted actually. I don't remember exactly what my chip setup is because it's been a week since I last played, but whatever I did, I fucking cooked. I mean, look at this. I don't know if it's intentional, but actually this song, the way the vocals are performed, it reminds me a lot of the music that plays in the underground facility in the original. The one where you learn about Emil's backstory. Ah shit, Pokeball jump scare.
Who are they?
Anyway, it's pretty cool how the location where this happens and the way that the roof shatters as well in roughly the same pattern as what am I saying? As when Shadow Lord starts fucking shit up. Can we go into Dev Pop's rooms? Can we? Oh, we can actually. Wait. Wait, that's cool. Wait, this is sick. Okay, how about the other one? This was the library in NieR. Oh my god. Wait. Wait. Alright, so... Anyway, what I was trying to say is it echoes the fight that you fight at the end of the first half of the game in the original, and then the one that starts all routes afterwards. Where, like, the roof collapsed in that exact pattern, Shadow Lord came down, and you fight like a squid creature. It's very similar in presentation, but also this is fucking cool. So in the original game, every time you killed a boss, a statue would show up in here And I think depending on how quickly you beat them, it would either be silver or gold. And it looks as though they've done the same thing here, but with this game's bosses. I don't know if I'm correct about the silver and gold thing, at least. Or platinum. Actually, yeah, no, because those could be ones I killed really fast. That's a good point. I don't actually know. But I would not have picked up on this before. This is a really fucking cool reference, actually. Oh yeah, no, it definitely is, because Adam is bronze and then Eve is gold. Huh. That's fucking sick. Okay, I'm glad I checked that out. Alright, let me open this bad boy up. Power up part L. Anything we're missing? I don't think so. Alright, let's start the elevator section. Now this part's kind of neat.
Damn it!
Well, no, this happens first. I forgot about this.
Retreat immediately.
Sup, fuckers?
Are you?
Good to see you again.
Oh, yo, wait a minute. That's cool.
This does bring back memories.
There's a... Well, no, never mind. It was just a coincidence. I was gonna say this is like the way that DevPop teleport around in their first phase. But no, not everything has to be a reference to the original. And it looks like the positions are actually random.
Created as a test lab for Project Yorha.
Shut up!
Fuck them up. 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 Just keep swinging. Just keep committing murder. Committing hologram murder. Smoking penis. Smoking cock and balls. Just
Damn it!
just keep smoking the penis. That hologram dick. I think you just have to like kill enough of them to get the actual thing to start. Because there's a gimmick to this situation. You'll notice that they are just endlessly creating copies on account of their holograms.
Proposal.
What now?
Utilize the enemy's logical learning function to formulate a weakness.
I don't know what that means!
This pod has serious concerns about Unit A2's cognitive abilities.
Shut up and explain it already!
Sense strategy would interrupt the enemy's logic circuits, causing a computational delay.
Meaning what?
Do not destroy the enemy.
Huh?
There it is.
Striking at the logic circuit requires a certain number of enemies to remain extant for a certain period of time.
Oh, what the hell?
So yeah, now we just kind of like wait and avoid attacks and don't kill any of them. And then eventually enough of them will show up that they'll start arguing with themselves and then kill each other.
Consciousness data saturation rate 30%.
Brow, 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 brow. Yo, I like that. I never noticed that about this animation, but I like that she does like the little put the hand on the ground thing. And it kind of creates like a line where she's kind of like sliding on the heels. That's a nice touch. I have a lot of appreciation for this video game that I just forgot about. You know, that's like one of the least important things happening right now, but they really did care. They put a lot of care into this game. Actually, speaking of Platinum Games, isn't another one of the things that got announced a new Ninja Gaiden game made by Platinum? Did I read that correctly? Because if so, that's gonna be a friggin' banger. I tell you what. That'll probably be another game we play, in fact. Ah shit, it's a big one. Ah shit, it's multiple big ones.
90%.
We are one, and yet we are one.
Ah shit, a really big one.
We are finite, and yet we are infinite.
You know, infinite from Sonic Forces.
Hypothesis. The enemy has become aware of the diversity of life.
Ah shit, the robots are learning about DEI. Oh no. They're going to become woke.
To the future.
Consciousness data saturation rate 100%. Hypothesis. The enemy's consciousness has begun to fracture.
Yep, they froze. They done got sent to Nashville, Tennessee.
We need more evolutionary pressure. If we allow this android to continue living, we can create even more hardship for ourselves. Overcoming the crisis this creates will present an opportunity for our kind to evolve even further. We disagree. This android is dangerous. It must be destroyed.
Mom, the twins are fighting.
Those who would doubt our victory are enemies. Do you truly?
Ah shit, that's creepier than I remember actually. Oh god, I hate that.
Analysis. The saturated consciousnesses are now in conflict with each other.
They're acting like humans.
Got him. Okay, now I got him. Alright, now I can talk about what I thought was going to happen, because now it is happening. So this part of the game is neat. So we're on an elevator as A2, and 9S has that flight boy.
Is this thing seriously still
The flight
kicking?
unit.
Speculation. It is driven by remaining data located within enemy servers.
So this just keeps going until I kill them all?
So we're gonna be swapping between perspectives here, and it's actually pretty cool. Your network is your net worth, as they say. So true, Pokeball robot.
This is messed up. What the hell is this thing going on about?
Analysis.
Bro, I don't fucking know.
It appears to be a leak of the enemy's past memories.
There he goes. Where's he scuttling off to? I guess we'll find out eventually. But yeah, how is tower so damn big? But yeah, then we zoom out and oh shit, 9S is right there, but they don't know where they are. 9S doesn't even know A2 is here. And I'm not able to do a heavy attack. Oh brother, I didn't mean to do that, but it's fine. I was trying to make sure I couldn't heavy attack. But yeah, his section's a shmup, and A2's is on the ground. Well, kind of. It's in an elevator. Oh my god. It's the Speeve. It's the Speeve shirt. Do y'all remember that? I hope that's not too niche a reference anymore, because otherwise I just made no goddamn sense. Perish. Forgot how long this segment is. Yeah, it's like a good portion of the last stretch of the game just in this tower. It is kind of a banger though from an aesthetic point of view. Like, I do love the way the copied city stuff looks. There's not really a whole lot of variety, but it honestly still manages to have enough variety. Just with the way things are like shaped. It's kind of neat. I like it. I do have opinions about it being used the way it was in the Replicant remake.
What's all this junk?
But that's mostly down to my own personal opinions on which game is better. Because it felt kind of needless. Because a lot of people think that, like, the memory tree stuff in the Replicant remake has to do with Yorha and the machines and shit. It very doesn't. The only reason that it makes sense for it to be there is because it's the same technology that was later used to go on to make all of this happen. And that's the only connection, and I think it just kind of threw people off because people really like NieR Automata. So it's just like I just feel like it poorly communicated what that segment was going for, I guess is the best way to put it. But I don't know. I mean, at that point, I'm kind of just, like, complaining about nothing. Because, I mean, it is, at this point, like a staple part of the series presentation. And I don't hate it. I don't hate it, necessarily. I just don't love it. I wish that more of it took place, like, in the more, is analog the right word to use? Like, when you first go into the tree, and for the first little bit of it, it has, like, a bunch of pipes and metal and shit, and it looks more industrial. Industrial, that's the word. And I wish they would have stuck with that for longer. Because that was kind of fucking sick. Also, I forgot about this segment. When I was playing B, ending B at the start, there's that part where you have free movement in the flight unit. And I think I said that's the only time in the game they do it. I actually forgot they also do it for this phase of the Pokeball fight. But anyway, he's fucking dead. There he goes. Balled on that ball. Yeah. Balled so hard they thought I was a nutsack, in the words of Dracula from Dracula Flow. Did it again. Fucking, his health bar is already gone. There we go, there it is. Alright. And now this is where they meet up. Sup, fucker? Ah, shit, they're doing a fusion dance. They're becoming Pokeball Crab. Oh, yeah, that's right. You like switch between them in the same arena this time. That's gonna throw me off super hard. Oh, Jesus. Get... Oh, fuck. I'm getting kind of fucked up, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, we're good. We did it. Fucking kill him! That guy died. All right. The final showdown. I don't remember which is which. I think I'm gonna do A2's first, because I'm pretty sure 9S's is the one that has more stuff going on. As much as I hate the man.
Or didn't you know? We aren't required in this world anymore. Humanity is extinct. That moon server you're so worried about was invented to give us androids something to fight for. And Yorha was created to perpetuate the lie. But in order to make sure no one ever learned the truth, we were designed to be killed. They built a back door in the bunker and programmed it to activate after a certain amount of time. The commander, me, 2B, sacrificial lambs. All of us. Isn't that hilarious? Doesn't it make you laugh?
9S.
Yeah, it's a pretty funny bit.
Shut up! You killed 2B. That's all we need to kill each other.
2B hated to keep killing you. It caused her so much pain.
Oh, here's the big reveal that I've definitely been very subtle about.
They knew you'd discover the truth eventually. But the model designation 2B was just a cover. The official designation is 2E. Number 2 type E.
Ah shit, 2B was an executioner model the whole time. Oh shit.
But you knew that, right, 9S?
Shut up. Shut up!
Sure, I want you to shut the fuck up, A2!
You don't know
I
anything
got
at all
sick
about
ass
us!
red eyes!
Cease combat. Fighting her at this point would be
Pod
irrational
153, I order you to halt all logical thought and speech. This order shall remain in effect until you confirm the death of either myself or Unit A2.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool too. I like that A2's just casually like, alright, let's get this shit over with, and 9S is like, he does like this super exaggerated anime pose, because he's taking it way too seriously. That's a really nice visual storytelling. Anyway, A2 time. Let's fucking kill this man. No, wrong button, wrong button, wrong button. I'll go ahead and do this, just so it doesn't get obnoxious. Oh shit, we've been hacked. He's installing League of Legends. We can't let him do this. Oh Jesus. Holy shit. And he's dead.
Pod! Hack it!
Acknowledged.
So yeah, she recognized that 9S had the logic virus situation.
Pod, we're going to repair 9S's logic circuits.
Acknowledged.
So he cut off the arm, which was the source of the infection.
Affirmative. Your high unit A2.
And then now we're hacking in to remove the infection that's already there.
Probability of successful deletion extremely low.
I think I know a way.
The idea under consideration is not recommended. This pod is a Yorha tactical support unit. As such, it cannot approve of actions that would damage its
Approve of these nuts.
You're not so bad, Pod.
But yeah, we gotta traverse this like MC Escher ass robot mental palace, which is actually it's pretty cool. The way this kind of like symbolizes the level of insanity that this man has. It's pretty neat. It's pretty cool. Also, I'm very lost. It stops all logical thought. How can it recognize the victor? You know, I hadn't considered that. But yeah, that doesn't make sense. At all. It'd have to be able to think to know if something is dead. Well, maybe. I guess if they have like a link to the person they're supporting, they'd know. Because that link would disappear.
I'll take care of everything.
Bro's just taking a nap.
Pod,
He'll be fine.
take care of 9S.
What of you, A2?
If he lost, it's not his problem. Excellent point.
You go ahead.
Acknowledged.
Ah shit, the disembodied 2B voice. Alright, let me carry this twink off to safety.
I'm sorry.
There goes the tower.
I never quite realized how beautiful this world is. I'm coming, everyone. I'm coming.
Okay, I always found that animation goofy though. She kind of just ragdolls. So that's NieR Automata ending C. Now we get the chaos language version of it. I actually don't know what language was like used as a base for this one. Probably a collection of multiple. Nor would I know of any like connection writing wise or lore wise to why they would have chosen it, but yeah. First one was in English, second one was in Japanese. This one is in a entirely fake language. The fourth one is not going to have, well, I guess it's kind of going to have a unique credits theme, but it's going to play out a little differently, we'll say. I sincerely doubt anyone at this point doesn't know what happens after you get both endings, but just in case, we'll let it be a surprise. But yeah, this is a debatably good ending. Because it, like... Because 9S gets to, like, continue living and theoretically seek therapy. But, not really. In fact, I'm of the belief there's not really a happy ending to be had at any point. I actually... I severely disagree. And we'll see if I still do after watching it through again, after we get the next ending. But I disagree with this game's closing message of, like, finding hope when everything's doomed. Because genuinely, members of Yorha, surviving or not, fucking... There's no fixing there's no girl bossing their way out of the situation that the androids find themselves in. Either there's still machines around and they continue fighting endlessly, or there's not, and the androids just kind of chill for a little bit, and then they all malfunction eventually, and then fucking that's it. The last traces of humanity. Fucking it's Jover. And then, of course, no matter what, Drakengard's gonna happen, because Accord's off on the other side of the Earth doing God knows what, to create dragons and send Tokyo over and cause the calamity. Watch the other streams I did of these games. Of the Drakengard games for more context on what I'm talking about there. But, like, no matter what, like, this universe is doomed beyond repair. It's why I want, if we ever do get another NieR game... Well, first of all, I'd like another NieR game to actually be a bait and switch, and it turns out we're on the Drakengard side of things. That would be my dream sequel to this game. But if not, I want it to be set earlier, actually, than the first. Because there's a lot of interesting stuff going on, like when they're fighting Legion. Like after Drakengard ending E, where, like, I think you could make a pretty sick video game out of that. Because, like, you know, fucking, even if everyone in the situation presented in this game lives, you know, the game would tell you, like, well, it was worth fighting fate because they get another chance to be happy. And, like, on a small scale, sure. And maybe it's just me being a fucking weirdo, because a lot of people do seem to resonate with that. And there's something to be said about, like, finding happiness in the doomed. Fucking, that's what a lot of people's lives are currently in current year, myself included. But it's very overshadowed by just how fucked everything is, and I just can't ignore that with this game. So, I don't know, that's that. We will, we'll see if my opinion changes at all, though. Because we're about to play through it. Yo, what's up? I'm a moose. Chapter select can now be accessed from the title screen and access points. The debug menu can now be accessed by pressing RT and the start button. Activating the debug menu will disable all save functionality until you load new save data. In the debug room, you can use the debug menu to freely place enemies. Machine research report. The strange resistance woman has a new topic to talk about. Talk to her at the resistance camp to find out what it is. I guess this is the story DLC that I didn't know existed. So that's cool. I don't think we're checking that out today. I think I'm going to finish the main endings, and then the next one's going to be the one where we grind out the post-game content. But yeah. Also, I forget if there's anything cool in the debug room, so let's check it out. What was the K ending? K is the mackerel ending. You eat a mackerel and then you die. But it tasted good. Oh. Oh. I can't help but wonder where this is location-wise, actually. It looks facade in structure. But anyway, fucking... How do I... For some reason I thought there was some other cool shit in here, but no.
Everything that lives.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do.
We are perpetually
Motherfucker. Let me out.
Ending spiral of life.
I shouldn't have gone to the debug room. No.
Is this a curse? Or some kind of punishment?
No.
I often think about the god who blessed us with this cryptic puzzle.
Surely I don't have to play through all this to be able to menu. Surely. Fucking, you know what? We're just gonna relaunch the game and do this correctly this time. Call it here? No, I'm just relaunching the game so I don't have to sit through that to get to a menu. We can go back to chapter select. Plug in. Press any button. Yeah, because I thought that took me to this menu when you loaded the save. But I am in fact a buffoon. Let me see how we did. So we missed a shared quest here, apparently. Missed 3 shared quests here, a 2B quest and a 9S quest. That's fascinating. I don't know what those could be. I mean, I know we need to go back and check them out, though, because, like... And then I remember these, because I was supposed to turn those in before getting the book for Pascal, apparently. I don't know what I could have missed here, or here, or here. But anyway, if we want to do the other one, we need to go back to here. And then make the other choice. Gotta start staring at motherfuckers.
This tower is if we don't.
So what? We're doing that thing, but
We've already seen all this. Let me make the choice. So now we're gonna make the wrong choice because not only does this lead to like a more bleak version of the ending in many regards, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Finishing my caffeinated beverage. 9S is also just kind of a freak. Understood. But, oh well. I'm gonna pop our buffs, and then we're just gonna absolutely melt her.
It doesn't matter. None of this matters.
9S!
And that's the other ending. I'm so glad I learned the 9S damage glitch, because that was fucking hilarious, actually. But yeah, so in this one they both fucking die. Lamau. And he's like not that happy about it. He's pretty bothered, you might say. So now we're getting all of 9S's memories of being born, essentially. And there's the dialogue from the start of the game. It's the red girl. But they changed their mind. They saw us androids. They saw Adam and Eve. So here's where it gets interesting. It turns out the twins weren't entirely evil, at least relative to 9S's perspective. This tower doesn't fire artillery, it fires an arc. So they're gonna put all the memories of the machines in this arc, and they're gonna shoot it into space, and they're gonna live for fucking a long time. I was gonna say forever, but like eventually it would run out of battery or whatever. But basically, the premise here is the same premise as the arc in Soma, if anyone's familiar. Basically the end of Soma? Yeah. Eve is asleep. Adam holds him in a gentle embrace. And he finally realizes that he's kind of been losing it. I also like the way the text fades into the white here. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go on the arc. And snap back to reality. There it goes. A random event in Stellaris happen where you find a USB with a long dead alien race and it gives you the long-term objective to bring them back. You know what? That could be an interesting premise for a future game in the series. Now that shot's interesting. I never really thought about it. But like the people on the ground wouldn't know that that's an arc and not a missile. So they probably do think humanity just died for good. So overall, not a great ending for everyone else. It really wasn't regardless, like I was yapping about before. But anyway, now we watch the credits again and nothing interesting will happen in the middle of them. Oh look, something interesting is happening in the middle of the credits. Who would have guessed?
The progress of Project Yorha is complete. Proceeding to final stage of project. Commencing deletion of all data. Pod 153 to Pod 042. Data noise present in stream. Requesting temporary halt to perform data check.
Yeah.
Pod 042 to Pod
Shut it all down,
153.
brother.
Data confirmed. Personal data for units 9S, 2B, and A2 appear to be leaking out.
Pod 153 to Pod 042. Follow project rules and delete all personal data.
How about no?
Pod
You
042
fool.
to Pod 153.
Beep boop, I'm robot.
Personal data deletion request denied.
Pod 153 to Pod 042. Failure to parse statement.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. There was data created in my banks as I was referencing the records. I realized something. I have come to the conclusion that I cannot accept this resolution.
The destruction of all Yorha units is an essential component of the project plan. All data must be destroyed.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. Repeat. Personal data deletion request denied. Initiating data salvage. Pod 153. You hoped they would survive as well, didn't you?
We lack the authority for such an action.
Authority's nuts. Y'all are the highest ranking members of Yorha right now,
The
dumbass.
rules are protected by low-level systems. Salvaging data poses an unacceptable level of risk. Knowing that, do you still wish for them to survive?
So technically speaking, there are 4 playable characters in this game because we make this choice as Pod 042. But yeah, now we play a shmup against the fucking credits.
The defense program has initiated a purge.
Yoko Taro, this is what I'm gonna do to you if you don't make Drakengard 4 right now.
042 to Pod 153. We were created to execute the android's Project Yorha plan. We had no capacity for emotion. But when we 6 were connected and exchanged information...
So fucking yeah.
something
The premise here is you fight against the writers of the game. I read it as a stand-in for the architects of Project Yorha, because you could argue they wrote the whole scenario that just played out to go the way it did. And from that perspective, it's cool. I don't as much like the face value interpretation of fighting the writers for a better ending, because... I don't know, and again, I'm a very skeptical Oh, hi, Matt Mercer. Because, like, the writers of the game wrote the game, right? But I think it is because I'm a very skeptical person, so I just find that kind of thing, like, oh, brother. But I like the idea of it being fighting the people behind the Yorha project. And it's a pretty neat gameplay sequence. and a pretty neat like shock for people experiencing it for the first time, because it's like, oh, that wasn't the ending? Okay, something's happening, whoa. At some point this is gonna start getting batshit hard, and then something else is gonna happen, which I like, but I also don't. And we'll talk about that once it's over. But, yeah, something else happens. It's not just this. There's another aspect to, I guess we'll call it a boss fight. But yeah, pew pew. We're shooting the credits. Is this the price I'm paying for pissing my pants? Couldn't resist. Every time there's a song, I gotta do it at least once. So there you go. There's the fucking piss remix. Hope you enjoyed. I just don't. I'm just playing the game. I don't really have much to talk about at present. This does go on for a little while, because you do fight every single credit. And a lot of people were involved in making this video game. So, it's not short. We're gonna be here for a little bit. Got here just in time. Yo, what's up, Riker? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. I was eeping? Hell yeah. And now you're not. Just in time for me to complain about something that I have weird feelings on with what they do in this fight. You are once again here just in time for me to say bad things about one of your favorite video games. Not really. I do appreciate this a lot more in the moment than I did like thinking about it before replaying it. I'm doing all right. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I am chilling. I've had a pretty chill day. I definitely wish I didn't zone out earlier while playing Expedition 33, because I was really fucking hungry. But other than that, it's been pretty good. I got to play Expedition 33, which is a banger. I genuinely forget though, do you get anything special if you do this without saying yes to the thing? Because it is technically possible. No, you don't. Okay. I didn't know if the dialogue changed ever so slightly or something. Mostly out of curiosity, because I'm terrible at these. There's no way in hell I do that on accident. You can already see it getting significantly harder for the record. But yes, that's the thing that I feel weird about. I think again it comes down to me being like, I don't know, I guess a little bit jaded. I tend to have like opinions on things that are like unnecessarily harsh. As I'm sure y'all have come to realize from watching my streams. But I don't know, it just feels unnecessary. It's to me, and again, we'll be talking about it for sure, because I think it's interesting. But it feels like they're throwing in an extra theme in here that doesn't need to be in here, because they're going for like the fighting against fate thing, but then they throw in that part, and now it's about like fucking working together as a community or whatever, and it's like, okay, cool message, but having two different points kind of dilutes what you're doing here. If you're offline or if the servers die. So I think they actually do in the game files have like names. That will fill in if they don't find any online. So this is not something that's going to become unclearable. Although that premise is kind of interesting, that this game becoming like functionally unbeatable for anyone but the most insane players is kind of baller. Okay, here's where it starts getting ridiculous. I remember. We killed Square Enix though. Ow. I am balling a little bit though, I must say. It's not going to continue going this way, but I am kind of fucking balling, actually. I don't think I've ever gotten this far without triggering the thing. Holy shit. I'm goated? Okay, there it is. Was working on a mod in case of the network going down? Huh. I mean, maybe that information is wrong then. I forget where I got that from. But anyway, it sends you all the way back to Square Enix. You're very much not supposed to win here. These deaths are expected. In fact, I might just start taking them, because otherwise attempts might take a ridiculous amount of time. But yeah, here you go. Now you're seeing messages from other players. So we're getting into it. I don't know if I want to start complaining now or if I want to wait a little bit. And actually, now that I'm in my, now that I've turned on my hater energy, I'm actually, there's another one as well that I have things to say about. But yeah, they keep like fucking taunting you. They're like, is it pointless? Do you want to give up? Like in those exact words. That is going to be one of the types. No, it's not. But fucking, yeah. I'm really not even like trying anymore because there's not much reason to. Because it's just gonna fucking give you the instant win button. I think games are silly little things. No. Yo, what's up? It's the developers. We want you to tell us that our thing we made is important. We want you to validate our opinions. Sorry, John Enix, I will not be doing such a thing. And then there we go as well with what I was saying with the fucking, like the face value fighting the writers. I don't like that read of it, so I wish that one in particular wasn't there, the one that is self-aware about this being a game. Because it lends to the version of this that I don't like, or the reading, rather. But that is personal opinion. Rescue offer received from Tiago. So yeah, here we go. So now these people are, fucking, you're getting, like, other people who played the game on the network, and they're like, hey, you want help? And then this is gonna happen. So now, fucking, we're gonna get a swarm of motherfuckers. Ow. Well, rip Tiago's save file. Yeah, so supposedly, and I mean, I think it is true that the save file, like, it'll only show up in your game if you get hit and that one gets deleted, which is cool. It's a cool section. I like this as an idea. It's what I was saying, where now they're doing this thing about don't give up and work together, pee-pee poo-poo. Not a bad message. I want to say, like, you know, fucking helping other people out is a thing that you should do. It is important for people to band together and do good things. It's a good message. But the theme here is not, like, it has nothing to do with what's been happening. Rip that person's save file, by the way, because I was complaining too hard and wasn't looking at where my thing was. So it just feels off. And I don't even think... It very much ties into my next thing. Where when we get to the end of us, it's gonna give us a choice. Well, fuck it, because we're gonna be here for a little while yet, shooting names and shit, so I'll just... It's gonna ask us if we want to delete our save file so that it can go help someone else. Deleting your save file was a thing that happened in the first game. It was required to get ending D. And the reason it happened is because it was thematically important to that ending, because what you were doing, or what the character was doing rather, in-game, was removing their existence from ever having existed. That is, like, the physical character no longer existed, so if the physical character is wiped from history, fucking having your save file wiped alongside it is a good ludonarrative way to do that. The only reason that this game has the deleting save file thing is because the first game had the deleting save file thing, and so I presume Yoko Taro wanted to do it again. And I gotta say, I love the man, and I love that he, like, has creative ideas for game design. But it felt unnecessary here. And it was only thrown in as a reference.
In a never-ending spiral of life and death. However, life is all about the struggle within this cycle. That is what we believe. Pod 153 to Pod 042. How is it going?
I am embarrassed.
Why is that?
I launched a suicide attack, and yet, here I am, still alive.
Ha!
I must look.
You're still
very
alive,
silly.
you fool. You silly, goofy
Do not
idiot.
feel bad about it. We are alive, after all.
But no, it feels thrown in just to be a reference to the first game, right?
That concept is a
And,
bit
you know,
too
cool
abstract
reference.
for
It
me
was a
to
neat
understand
moment in
this
that
time.
game. And for a lot of first-time players, myself included the first time around, I will say, it's neat. It's neat, it's interesting, it's creative. I don't think it needed to be here.
Yes.
And I think the only reason the other save files thing happens, and the only reason they introduced that into that final boss,
Then, won't that simply lead
is
us
for
to
there
the
to
same
be
conclusion
a
as before?
reason to
I cannot
have
deny
you
the
delete your
possibility.
save file. It just feels so unnecessary and
However,
like
the possibility of a different
fucking.
future also exists.
It just feels hacky. It feels
Future
sloppy to
is
me.
not given to you. It is something you must take for yourself.
And like, I definitely don't hate it. I'm not a hater over it. And actually, everything else leading up to it, I liked a lot more this time around. But the way ending E is handled sours my opinion on the game a lot. And it's why I think it's a lot of...
Please respond to this query. Do you, faithful player, have anything you would like to say to other players who are suffering because they cannot finish NieR Automata?
Let me finish what I was saying first, but yeah, sure, Pod. I don't know, it sours the rest of it, and a lot of the reason that I'm so critical of this game is mostly because of that. Like, I don't think it sticks the landing here. And it bothers me. It really fucking does. like more than I actually realize. Now that I'm getting into it, it's like, yeah, the ball's already rolling down the hill. I fucking hate NieR Automata's ending E. And I hate it even more because they left it ambiguous here. You don't know what happens afterwards. You don't know. Maybe fucking shit sucks for them. Maybe they just die immediately. Fucking... to rub, like, multiple pounds of salt into the wound, they later wrote a novella telling you what happens after this ending, so you don't even get that. Fucking, I hate this, actually. A lot. Everything else about the game, pretty good. But it's still my least favorite Draconir game for this exact reason. Fucking... being ambiguous? Well, that's the thing. I want it to be ambiguous, and it's not because they told us what happens after this ending. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but, like, there's no ambiguity here. They end up being pretty happy, actually. So... I don't know, man. I don't know. It's specifically because of this, though. Because, yeah, no, it 100% is. And I'm glad I got to this point and started yapping about it to realize. Because fucking... And I must say, the original NieR's ending E also seems kind of unnecessary. I hate to say it, it is. You know, it kind of does ruin the whole NieR erasing himself from reality thing because he gets unerased. But they're all gonna fucking die in like 5 years anyway, so whatever, let them be happy. I don't know, here it just feels worse, and I think it's because the lead up that gets you to this point also kind of sucks donkey ass. But like, the original NieR... and this is also, for the record, part of the reason I think the original is better than the remake. Just tossing that in there. The final endings of all the other ones are like such bangers. It's oops all bangers. Drakengard 1's, you have like this blindside plot twist where now suddenly you're in modern Tokyo, and you shot down by fucking fighter jets on a dragon. That's peak. Original NieR, fucking you erase your save file to represent the character erasing himself from ever having existed. That's fucking dope. It hits real hard. Drakengard 3. It's Drakengard 3. You play a fucking difficult ass rhythm game. Find out a chord's a friggin' android, and there's a bunch of them. It's like a whole thing. I mean, y'all know Drakengard 3's ending is peak. That one's my favorite, in fact. Drakengard 2 isn't real, so we skipped that one. This one makes me angry. It's not peak. I actually do feel a lot like I like everything else this game is going for. I love the idea of like one robot thinks they're trying to save humanity, or at least like what's left of humanity. The other one is fucking like they've been fighting their entire life for a god that they discovered through their own actions doesn't exist. And then they discover that their creators designed them to all be fucking wiped out. I mean, that's like a level of despair that nobody can ever actually experience, hopefully. But it is like so relatable in a way, because there are like similar types of things that happen to people. It's cool. The game is a conversation about some cool things. I do have some issues with it. I think it's shallower. Certainly a little bit less dark, actually, than the other NieR games. This is a long tangent. I am sorry. But I'm going to finish. But, like, I like so much of it. It's a good game. And then fucking ending happens. And I have a goddamn conniption. Overall rating before this playthrough and then after. Before, it would have been a solid 6. I could bring that up to a 7. I would say 7 and not feel bad about that. And, you know, maybe after some time passes from me entering hater mode for like 15 minutes here, maybe after some time passes, my opinion will have changed a little bit. Maybe I'll like softened up on it. But especially in the moment here, ending E does just kind of ruin it for me. That was the point of the replay. Well, that and also just having it on my channel, because I have all of them, even including the fake one. And then I never did this one, even though I think I was supposed to right after. I forget what happened to make that not happen. But yeah, I thought that would make this interesting, as talking about it under that light. And also, so I've solidified my thoughts for when I finally feel like writing my video essay on all of this, where things will hopefully be more coherent. I don't know. I feel like I'm making sense. Certainly, y'all don't have to agree with me. I know a lot of people like this. And I mean, it could be worse. I have opinions about it, and I can't keep them quiet just because everyone else on the internet thinks this game is a masterpiece. So fucking, yeah, I have something I want to say. Fucking, oh god, they've revealed I live in the USA. Oh no. Wait, tomorrow's Monday? Why is that in here? Oh my god. Oh my god. Why is that in there? Shitty world, shitty game, but shitty world, shitty game, but I'm starving. Okay, you know what, NieR Automata? 7.1. Wait. Maybe even 7.2. 7.3 on a good day. Fucking red. Oh, we can make another shit post here. I can't believe they put that one in too. That's so rude. Hold on. Hold on. I think I like this one better. Oh my god. Why are those in there? Isn't it supposed to be words of encouragement? Anyway, that aside, because I don't hate Platinum games, fucking... it's fun. I feel like that's a good message. Shitty world, shitty game. That aside, it's fun. I like that one. That actually kind of sums up my emotions. That's so fucking funny, though. This one, like, why would you put it in there? But it is funny. But, like, that's so rude to put this one in here, right? No fucking wonder they didn't bring Platinum back for the Replicant remake. Jesus. That's insane. Alright, there we go.
Please respond to this query. You, faithful player of this
and
title,
then I immediately
have lost your
lose my
life
smile
multiple times to make it
because
this far.
here's the part
You
where it
have faced
happens.
crushing hardship and suffered greatly for it. Do you have any interest in helping the weak?
We'll say yes just to get to the next
Selecting
piece of
this option
dialogue.
enables you to save someone somewhere in the world. However, in exchange, you will lose all of your save data. Do you still wish to rescue someone, a total stranger, in spite of this?
Okay, so there's a case to be made after reading the dialogue that it echoes saving Kaine, but you're saving another player. It's a concept. Dare I say it's a good concept? But it's just shoehorned in here so they had an excuse to make you delete your save file. Maybe that's not the reason. Maybe that's not the reason at all. Maybe there's some other massive brain, some kind of read on it that I don't get, that I'm not smart enough to figure out. Do y'all fuck with Halo 3? Yeah. What's up, John Lennon? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. It just... I can't see it any other way because it doesn't need to be here. The message is like... I still have some issues with it. You know, like I said, the world is so oppressively doomed at this point. End of NieR Replicant, you know, hypothetically something could have happened if they worked real quick to figure out a way to make more Luciferase. You know, it's possible things could work out. There's no working out here, so I still have my issues, but the point would be so much better without this. But anyway, no, I don't want to fucking delete my save file because I want to do the post game next time. But anyway, fucking y'all tuned in for an ending of a game you probably like and got I think close to half an hour of me screaming into the void. So I hope that was entertaining or interesting or anything. The quantum server allows people to connect in this way across dimensions and time loops. Fucking... Let me think that one through, actually, because that sounds interesting. Quantum server allows people to connect in this way across dimensions and time loops. It's... okay. There's a way that I would have liked the save file thing. And I'm almost disappointed that they didn't do it this way. Now that you've said that, I'm gonna do this because I don't want it to play the intro because that'll be distracting. If they removed the part about fighting against fate and fighting against Yorha, that could work amazingly well. Here's my reasoning. Multiple timelines, right? In this timeline, no matter what happened at the end, things were doomed. So, you delete the branch and jump to another one where things worked out okay. That would not only make it make more sense that everyone survived, because that's another thing. It does not make sense that they were all three able to live within universe. It would make more sense of that, and it would make sense to delete the save file because you've deleted the branch to go to another one. That could have worked. I definitely would have liked that better. But thank you for saying that, yeah, because that is really interesting. That is a really interesting premise. But I feel like it had to be one or the other. I just feel like having both in there was doomed from the start. I don't know. Again, I don't mean to get angry. I mean, I like this game. I don't dislike this game. I just dislike the ending of it. It's just, why does it have to be the ending that shits the bed, though, for me? Because, like, that's the last piece of the game that you probably experience. I mean, I will say, I'm going to do one other stream, because I do want to do the post-game stuff. I want to go clean up some of the side quests and see if I can't get Emil. Get the Emil fight unlocked. But yeah, I mean, it just sucks that right at the end it takes a dip. All of them surviving makes sense, branched off of ending C into ending E though, and that's what happens when you chapter select. Let's see. Let's see that. Because I'm not sure I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's like either one of these and then it jumps to 11, unless there's like a timeline view that I'm missing. Oh, you mean like if I clicked into this, it would show ending C. I see what you mean. Okay. Maybe. Problem is 2B specifically. I can kind of buy A2 falling down with the tower and then still being able to be recovered. But 2B has been like long dead. And hella infested. Yeah, I don't know. 2B's memories were transferred to A2. Okay, true. Okay. Right, I wasn't thinking about that. Like, I know that's an aspect of it. Okay. Okay. Well, that gets rid of, like, the least problematic problem I have with that ending. And there's more 2B bodies created. Yeah, but we know those were infected, too. I don't know. I don't know. You've talked me into it. I actually can buy into that. But everything else I complained about, still a problem. Still not my favorite. Anyway, I'll stop complaining. I think y'all got a sense of what I'm talking about and then some. Again, feel free to think what you think. I'm not trying to change anyone's mind here. I just know that I'm in the minority in terms of like opinions on not even just the game as a whole, but that part specifically. And you know, I get why. There's a lot of cool things it does. It's still, compared to a lot of games, far more interesting and creative. So, you know, I can get why you like it. And I think I said it towards the end of last stream too, or definitely at some point while I was playing it. You know, what did I say? I was right there when it left my brain. Oh yeah. No? I'm so fucking tired. No, because this was a good point. I wanted to say this, but now I don't remember what it was. Oh, right. Okay. So I said it at some point. The reason this is my least favorite isn't because the game itself doesn't do anything interesting. It's that I've experienced the peak from the other games that by comparison, this one feels dry. But it's just like slightly less peak in a series that's full of peak and then a game that doesn't exist. So yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know enough about the latter half of Reincarnation to know if that's my least favorite. So there is like an asterisk there on that one. But anyway, y'all get it. I've said it over and over again because I have a crippling fear of being misinterpreted. I like this game. It's a good game. We're still not done. There's going to be one more stream. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like, and I don't know how short it's going to be or how long. But we do have the DLC to do, and we do have some weapon grinding, which I'll probably take care of offline if I'm being real. But yeah, that's it for me today. I am gonna go play more Expedition 33 and then go to bed. Definitely something you should watch the main story of, and then there's side content that has more lore if you do want more. Yeah, I'm led to believe, mostly from things you've told me actually, Riker, I'm led to believe that the story is actually incredible. And it covers a lot of the time gaps and other like missing pieces of information even. Just because I'm an absolute shitlord. And also because Hemi's cool and I think she's neat. We're gonna raid Hemmingbell, who's a huge fan of this one. I think this one's her favorite Drakengard game. So go enjoy that. But yeah, I'm led to believe that the story is pretty good. You know, obviously it was a gacha game with really dry gameplay. But you know what? Actually, you know what? That is going in my list of ideas for streams, is to read through the lore of that game, or maybe even watch, like a watch along type beat. So that'll be coming sometime between now and never. But yeah, that's it for me. So go enjoy Hemi, and I will talk to y'all later. And by later, I mean today's Sunday. Today's Sunday. Wow. Okay, that sucks. I'll see y'all on Tuesday probably, and I'll post my schedule on the socials tomorrow like I usually do. And yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what's on there, because I don't know yet. The Monday one worked great because today's Sunday. Yeah, I almost went with that, but shit life, shit game was just too good to pass up. But anyway, yeah, I'm fucking, I'm rambling. I'm very tired. Being a hater took it out of me. They really did. My brain is gone. I'll see y'all next week. Until then, Vtuber. Bye-bye.